They keep on winning football games. And again, in Baltimore yesterday, 24-19 is the final score because of a garbage touchdown at the end by Baltimore.
That's the third. I think it's the third game in a row they've given up a garbage score.
Yeah,
late.
because they take their foot off the gas pedal. When it comes to the defense at the end of a game,
and just say score.
Yeah,
but we're gonna make you run the clock.
Yeah, and they did that, and then obviously there's only 2 seconds left, and even if the Ravens did recover the onside kick, it's a Hail Mary down the field. The Eagles win 24-19 yesterday. The defense, once again, just completely dominant. And the Eagles' offense didn't really have to do all that much.
As much as we're excited this morning, how baffling is it to you that this defense, you said it again and you led with the right thing. And we'll get into all the Saquon love and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But this defense, this is as good as we've seen, arguably. This is as good. You guys are too young to remember the 91 defense.
That's true.
You've heard all about it.
We did the article last week, Ruben Frank comparing the two.
And I'm telling you right now, it's so comfortable watching this team play. And even early on, they struggled defensively. We'll get to the offensive struggles later. Mm-hmm. But the defense just, God, Vic Fangio, it's as if he says, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to see what you want to do. And then we're going to adjust, and we're just going to shut it down. And it is so much fun to watch. This team is just they're on a bender right now.
Yeah.
They are on a bender.
And before anybody starts pointing out missed field goals by Justin Tucker, which, unbelievable that this guy just completely fell off. Yeah, he's missing field goals, but here's the thing. The Eagles aren't giving up touchdowns.
Correct.
Right? Like, I would rather...
They weren't even letting them sniff the red zone.
Exactly. So, you can't even
What are you
point
talking
out,
about?
oh, they got lucky because of Tucker missing field goals. Well, they're not letting teams get into the end zone, and that's priority number one when it comes to the defense.
They let Tucker miss a 48-yarder and a 53 or 54-yarder?
Something like that,
I mean,
the extra point.
They weren't even sniffing the red zone.
Right.
After that first touchdown drive, which, by the way, was complete. I mean, honestly, the first drive to points was completely aided by, I don't know, putting Avonte Maddox on the field when you don't need to have him on the field.
And then there was the big play breakdown where Zay Flowers finds a spot. And it's just a great play by
it was a great play.
One of the best offenses. I mean, John, during the broadcast yesterday, they were comparing them to the greatest show on turf.
Which is stupid.
Statistically, they can back it up. But,
seriously.
Bottom line, because they don't have Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce.
Exactly.
I do like Zay Flowers. But
I like Zay Flowers.
Flowers and Bateman are not Holt and Bruce. But regardless, the numbers are there to back up their claim. And the Eagles held them to, we'll say 19 points. But let's face it, it was a garbage time touchdown at the end. It was a 24-12 victory.
There were 3 replays in that game that honestly gave me that warm and fuzzy feeling that I used to feel as a kid watching like Catwoman on Batman.
Nice.
When I saw Quinyon Mitchell run stride for stride.
Oh my God!
With Zay Flowers,
and this after he exited the game, his knees getting banged up, and
I don't know what that was. I mean, did we ever get a real answer on what that was?
No, but if you ever played basketball, the knee-to-knee contact.
Right.
I mean, and that could be a stinger for a few minutes, right? And then he comes back into the game. And he's going, like you said, he's going stride for stride with one of the faster receivers in the NFL.
And it was like it was effortless. He was just, this is so exciting to watch. And I said it the other day before. It was, if they won the Rams game, I said, okay, then you have no worries about them getting to the NFC title.
You saw your secondary perform against top receivers.
Right. When I saw that, you got plans for New Orleans? Because I think our boys have plans for New Orleans.
So
I really do.
I meant what I said in the little teasing open there, that there's only one question left, and it's whether the NFC Championship game will be held in Philadelphia or Detroit, because the Eagles are still right behind the Lions with their 10-2 record. Lions obviously won on Thanksgiving; they're 11-1.
Technically,
if you look at the schedule, if you look at the schedules down the road, the Eagles' schedule is lighter than what Detroit has to have. But obviously, things need to still go the way of the Eagles.
They need, again, so everybody can just get this and start to consume it.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles must win out. Lions must lose twice.
Right, for that to happen.
So what I'm telling you is that, and I don't even care about it right now. After watching how Chicago went in there and played them to the last possession, after watching what last year in the playoffs Tampa Bay did to them, I'm not concerned that the Eagles could go in and play a great game.
Right.
So, but Detroit must lose twice. There's 5 games left. Clock's ticking on that, and the Eagles must win out. Could the Eagles win out? Absolutely, they could win out.
Absolutely, they could.
But if they're the 2 seed, I'm going to tell you why maybe you don't want it. But we'll get into that.
All right. So, our question number 1 at 610-632-0975 is how far you think this team is going. So, and I know that sounds like a very simple question to ask, but we're at that point, man. So last week, if you remember, after the Eagles beat the Rams, and I needed to see the secondary play well, and they did that. I said that they would be on the same tier as the Detroit Lions. They are on the same tier as the Detroit Lions. You and I seem to be having like a fight week in and week out as to who can go a little bit further. You're now saying, pack your bags.
Pack your bags.
Get ready for New Orleans.
Yeah, get New Orleans right now. And here's what I'd suggest. And I'm gonna credit myself a little bit. Because last Monday, what did I do? I made a reservation for GW Finn's, my favorite seafood restaurant in the country. And now I'm going to get on Mrs. B's. That'll be next. Mrs. B's is next. But I got to wait till December the 5th to do that. I'm telling you right now, this team is the best team in the NFC. They are the best team. I'm also going to tell you, the Buffalo thing is starting to bother me a little bit.
Okay.
Buffalo looks like a different team than they've looked in previous years.
That's the other side of the bracket. I'm not worried about them.
And that's what I'm saying, too. And here's what I know. And all you people that are going to toss rocks at whatever you feel about Jalen Hurts. And, yes, Jalen Hurts gave you reason last year, gave you reason in the offseason to call him out, whatever it was. But if you don't see that Jalen Hurts is as good as any quarterback in the NFC, if not better, I think you're just trying to perpetuate a narrative.
Yeah, and